this is the death of meritocracy in our country. We now live in a society where your family's wealth, not your work or your talent, that defines your financial security in the future. We're back to Victorian era levels of social mobility. This is absolutely abhorrent, and there is no amount of tinkering around the edges that will be sufficient to fix it. The central problem in the housing market is the disparity between people's wages and house prices. And I have heard people say to me in the past that, you know, I had to save hard to get my home, and you should have seen the interest rates back in the day. And I have no doubt at all that it's always been hard and a struggle to save up and buy your property. But the extent to which it has become out of reach today, I don't think is properly understood. Around about the time that I was born, 1990, if any members are interested, the difference between the average wage and the average house price was about 3 times somebody's income. Okay, today in 2025, that average difference is 8 times your income. And if you come to London, and I represent a London constituency, that difference is 15 times the average income. That means that the top 10% of earners in the capital can't afford its average home. That is an absolute disgrace. We've allowed ourselves to get into this system here. Given that mortgages will lend you around about 4 times your income, you can see how big of a problem this is. If you're in a couple, maybe you stand a chance of getting a mortgage. If you're on your own, no chance. The other problem with the house prices accelerating away from wages so much is that 10% deposit that you often need to raise is completely out of reach. And to put it back into context again, in 1990, the average wage was around £8,000 a year, and you might need to save about £2,000 for a deposit. Well, today, you'd have to be trying to save £28,000 on your average wage of £33,000. You simply cannot do it unless you have the support of your mum or dad or other people in your family.